1-2, 1-2. Good afternoon and welcome to Clap Park. It is the MIAA Division III tournament. The number 1 seed, the Pittsfield Generals, taking on the number 17 Newburyport Clippers. And start things off for the Clippers. It'll be Shea Cook. Takes the first pitch he sees high. On the mound today for the Pittsfield Generals is Simon Melly. It's 2-0. Melly 5-0 with a 1.17 ERA coming into this game. 47 strikeouts against 23 walks. The 2-0, that's not even close. Right down Broadway for strike one. Well inside for ball four, and the first base runner of the game is on for Newburyport. Simon Melly on the mound for the Generals. Jackson Almeida, the catcher. Jason Cody at first. Ryan Standard at second. David Wildgoose at short. Cam Hillard is the third baseman. This is low to the center fielder, Parker Johnson. Catches the corner there for strike one. Maury Freed, Matt Egan, Brendan Sosi, the outfielders. Shows bunt, does bunt. Couldn't get it down, though. That'll be strike two. Misses away. Count is 2-2. Pittsfield got here into the round of 16 with a 6-2 victory on Sunday against Pembroke. That ball gets away. And Cook is going to get to second base. Melly trying to settle in the pitch. Ball's fouled off. Already 10 pitches in for Simon Melly. That ball is grounded to short. Wildgoose across the diamond makes the play. Runner is going to advance to third. So Newburyport with a runner on third, one out. And it'll be Timothy DeGraves, the shortstop for the Clippers. Almeida is going to come out, have a conversation with Melly. It appears the Generals' infield defense will all be in on the grass, trying to prevent that run from scoring. And they got into some trouble like this Sunday against Pembroke. Jason Cody was able to leave the bases, strand the bases loaded in the first inning. Game in a 1 versus 33 that probably wasn't very impressive. Curveball in there for a strike. Drew Pierce said, took him a little while to get going. The 1-1. Curveball. Misses. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Shea Cook on third. 1 out. Just underway here at Clapp Park. Swings through that for strike 3. Got him with the off-speed pitch, and that will bring up Ray Arcan, the first baseman. Just missed there. Curveball right down the middle. Clearly, Arcan was not looking for curveball. Curveball there. And Melly is 1 strike away from getting out of this. That ball slapped, and Sosi is able to make the play for out number 3. Well, the Generals, like they have all postseason so far, dodge a bullet. And after the top half of the first inning, it's Newburyport 0, Pittsfield coming up here on PCTV Sports. Bottom of the first inning here at Clapp Park, no score. It'll be Matt Egan, Jason Cody, Maury Freed coming to the plate here in the bottom half of the first inning to face Tim Sheehan. Jack Oriel was playing second base today, pitched a absolute gem in the round of 32 to get the Clippers here. First pitch is inside. Egan, 216 on the season, 9 RBIs. Ground ball up the middle to the shortstop, and the Graves can't make the play. So that'll go in the books as an error. And that'll bring up Jason Cody, the first baseman. Cody hitting .367 on the season. Has a home run, 5 RBIs. We'll see if they send Egan on the first pitch. No need. And you absolutely do not want to make those mistakes to the first two hitters, because that's going to bring up Maury Freed. The Brown commit hitting .375 on the season, 6 home runs, 22 RBIs. The home run number is misleading because this fence wasn't here at Clapp Park throughout the entire regular season, and he hit an absolute moonshot here on Sunday. That ball hit to center field. Johnson on the run. That is going to get to the wall. 1 run is going to score. Cody's right behind him, literally in lockstep. Ball gets away, and Freed is going to get to third as that runs through into the Clippers dugout. Oh, they're going to give him a home on that as well. So it'll be a 2-run double for Maury Freed, and then 2 bases on the throwing error, and it is 3-0 Pittsfield. And he hits Jackson Almeida. Manager's going to come out and have a conversation with Sheehan. First 4 base runners get on base for the Generals. 2 via the hit by pitch, 1 on the error at short. And then Maury Freed's bases clearing double. You have to feel like that error did something to him on the mound, because he's thrown 3 pitches since that error. He's hit 2 batters and has given up a wall ball double. David Wildgoose, the shortstop. Now they'll check in over at Almeida at first. No stolen bases on the year. Not really a threat to run. Misses there. That's inside. 2-0. Pittsfield held hitless in the first 3 innings in the game on Sunday until Maury Freed's leadoff blast in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wild Goose ahead in the count 3-0. Shows bunt. Pulls back on a called strike. Inside ball 4. They'll bring up Brendan Sosi. Sosi hitting .340 on the season. 15 RBIs, has a shot for another if he can get the ball to the outfield. He'll take ball 1. Garbarino going to come out and have a conversation with Sheehan. Newburyport in the North Shore of eastern Massachusetts, probably about 20 minutes away from Hampton Beach in New Hampshire. That's how high north and close to the coast it is. It's a swinging strike there. This is high. So as he steps back into the box, the 2-1. Foul back. The 2-2 is low. Sheehan steps back on the mount. Ground ball. That's going to get through for a base hit. Everyone advances one base on the single by Sosi. 6 have come to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. 6 have reached base. Now the bases are loaded for Kevin Smith, the designated hitter. Sitting 273 on the season. That's ball 1. You wonder if he's got the take sign on because he really made no effort to consider swinging at that. The 2-0. Ball, that's hit well down the left field line. That is going to be a fair ball. And a 2-run double for Kevin Smith. And the Generals go up 5-0. And there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Cam Hillard, the third baseman, coming to the plate. If you're a hitter for the Generals, that ball gets away. Play at the play, that's going to be dropped. Sosi's going to score. It is 6-0. Smith advances to third. Hillard hitting .310. And if you're a Pittsfield hitter, you cannot wait to go to that bat rack and grab a bat and come up to hit. There's a strike. Ground ball to short. Graves goes home with it. And throw back to third is safe. So Hilliard's going to get to first on the fielder's choice. And the first 8 base runners have reached base. Hilliard goes to second on the throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Ryan Stannard. Hitting .218 on the season. 12 RBIs. That's up for ball 1. That ball hit down the right field line. That is going to be a foul ball. One ball, 1 strike to Stannard. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Inside ball 3. Foul back. And the count is full. The payoff. Inside ball 4. Bases loaded as we get to the top of the order. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Nolan Winters warming up in the bullpen for Newburyport. Ball 1. Egan got this thing started, grounding to short. Graves couldn't make the play. Fouls that one back. Curveball. Strike 1. Or strike 2, I should say. That ball hit to right field. Zapala steps back to make the play to get the first out of the inning. But he'll also push another run across as Smith comes home from third. Hilliard advances from second to third on the play. And that will bring up Jason Cody, who was promptly hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Still bottom of the first here. 7-0 Generals. Good curveball there that fooled him. High and tight. Throws back to first. No play. Standard has 10 stolen bases on the season, so he's normally a threat to steal. I can't imagine he'd be running in this circumstance. Good frame job by Garbarino. That ball hit down towards West Housatonic Street. Nearly caught a car. Maybe on the hop. No. The 1-2 pitch to Cody. Follows that one off to stay alive. And the dirt ball, too. In the bottom of the first, the Pittsfield Generals have sent. Cody is now the 11th hitter of the inning. The first 9 have reached base. The first 7 have scored. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Sheehan, and that will bring up Maury Freed, who could really put an exclamation point on this inning. Well, they're not going to give him a chance to. And we'll see what Jackson Almeida thinks of that. He was hit by a pitch. His first at-bat, but he's got power as well. Sheehan looks in for the sign. Ball 1. He's found something with that curveball. The 1-1 goes back to the curveball. That one's ripped in for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another behind him. Play at third. Freed. Good throw would have gotten him just off to the side a little bit. And a 2-run single for Jackson Almeida as the hit parade continues. So now the first 9 hitters that have come to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning have scored. And that'll bring up David Wildgoose, who walked in his first at-bat this inning. That's ball 1. In the dirt. Good job by Garbarino to keep that in front of him. And Wildgoose ahead in the count 3-0. Ball 4. So that'll bring up Brendan Sosi, who singled in his first at-bat. I think Newburyport's going to make a change here. And they will. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. 9-0 Pittsfield. We'll be back here on PCTV Sports. New pitcher for Newburyport, Nolan Winters. He'll face Brendan Sosi, who singled in his first at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike one. Swings through that for strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. First strikeout for Winters. Winters able to leave the bases loaded, but the general strike for 9 after 9-0 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Simon Melly's got himself quite the cushion as the Generals put up 9 in the bottom of the first inning. Melly able to strand a runner at third. And he throws strike one to Nick Garbarino, the catcher. Misses there. Now you wonder just how many pitches they'll let Melly throw today. Should Pittsfield hold on. Good curveball there. The Generals anticipate playing their round of 8 game on Sunday. Ground ball. It's going to be wild use. He throws. Good play. That'll bring up the second baseman, Jack Oriol. Again, Oriol, pitched a great game in the round of 32 to get them here. He'll take strike one. This is with the fastball. So at this point, you're really not looking for Melly to blow people away. Pitch to contact. Be efficient. Granted, it's hard to tell a power pitcher to do that. See, he falls behind 3-1 on Oriol. That ball hit to right field, right at Sosi. Makes the play for out number 1, or out number 2. Now the right fielder, Matthew Zapala. Fouls that one off. It's 1-1. They'll ring him up on that. Steps out. 1-2. 1-2-3 inning. Strikeout number 2 for Simon Melly. 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the second. 9-0 Generals here on PCTV Sports. Bottom of the second inning. Bottom of the order for Pittsfield, Kevin Smith, Cam Hillard, Ryan Stannard to face Nolan Winters, who struck out Brendan Sosi on 3 pitches to end the first inning, an inning where the first 9 batters for Pittsfield reached and scored. One and one to Smith. Inside, did it hit him? It did. So Kevin Smith gets to first. That's the third hit batter of the afternoon. First by Winters. And that'll bring up Cam Hillard, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored. Just making sure Smith is okay at first. Up high for a ball. There's a strike. Fouled back. Pittsfield got off to a very slow start in the first round of the playoffs in the round of 32. They were no hit for the first 3 innings until Maury Freed led off the fourth with an absolute bomb. The slow start, not the case today. In the dirt for a ball. And it's 2-2. There is no mercy rule here in the MIAA state tournament. Both coaches would have to agree. That's outside for ball 3. Fouled off. That's got a shot at a car. No, it does not. Comes up short. It's basically all we have for the rest of the game is we get a car hit with a foul ball. Yeah, pitch outside, ball 4. And Pittsfield gets the first 2 base runners here in the second inning on base. That'll bring up Ryan Stannard, who walked in the first. Ball outside. Ground ball to short. Graves to second. On to first. Not in time. So runners on first and third for the top of the order. Be a fielder's choice for Ryan Stannard. Matt Egan reached on an error and a sacrifice fly. Takes ball 1. Ball hit to right center field. Zapala is going to settle under it and make the out catch for out number 2, and they are going to call him out at home. Double play. Nice play, nice throw by Zapala, and that'll end the inning. After 2, it is 9-0 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Top of the 3rd here at Clapp Park. First pitch swinging and ripped down into left field for a base hit. First hit of the ball game, that's Bennett Bullier. And Newburyport has their leadoff runner on here in the top of the 3rd. Third baseman Thomas Gagnon now. He'll take a curveball for strike 1. In the dirt for a ball, gets past Almeida. No advance. So I don't know if Bollier got a bad read on that or they've pretty much decided just get on base and stay on base, which is entirely possible. The 2-2, just outside. Ground ball to short. Wild Goose has been a very busy boy. Down to that ball's thrown way away. I don't know if Bullier came in hard. I was looking at the first baseman. He had to have affected it somehow. So it'll be a fielder's choice and an error. As Thomas Gagnon gets to second base, to the top of the order we go. Shea Cook, who walked and was stranded on third base. He'll take ball 1 low. Tried to check it. Couldn't do it. Count is 1-1. Back to second. Safe. Fastball away. Three and one. And the dirt ball 4. Gagnon advances to third as the ball gets away from Almeida. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Parker Johnson, who grounded to short his first at-bat. From the stretch, delivers. Up high, ball 1. Runner going. That ball's hit to center field. On the run is Egan, and he is going to make the play. Throw is cut off. They'll allow Gagnon to score. But Newburyport is on the board. Cook stays at first, and that'll bring up swing and a miss for Tim DeGraves. Struck out his first at-bat back in the first. Check on the runner at first to no avail. Melly steps off. 9-1 Pittsfield with the lead. Top of the third inning. They'll check on Cook again at first. Curveball. Strike 2. Curveball fooled him, strike 3. Third strikeout of the day for Melly. Second time he set DeGraves down. After 2.5, it's 9-1 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Bottom half of the third. Jason Cody, Maury Freed, Jackson Almeida. Nolan Winters going to stay on the mound for Newburyport. Misses high on Jason Cody. He's been hit by a pitch and scored and struck out. Clips that one foul, and he's behind 0-2. Ground ball foul. Fouls that one off. That caught a car. It looked like it caught that Sprinter van. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 2 for Winters. That ever got Maury Freed. We'll see if they pitch to him this time. Misses high. He was the only one to advance or get on base in the first 3 innings of that game, and that's because Pembroke wanted nothing to do with it, and he pops it to DeGraves for out number 2. That'll bring up Jackson Almeida, was hit by a pitch and scored and had a 2-run single. Can't get a full number. I believe that's Cam Hillard warming up in the Pittsfield bullpen. Misses inside. Ground ball to second. Takes a funny hop on Oriel. Maybe the second hit of the ball game for Almeida. Simon Melly at 50 pitches through 3 innings. Misses there for ball 1. David Wildgoose, the hitter. That's well high. It's inside. Quickly 3-0. And 2 runners on for the Generals. So again, Melly at 50 pitches. He's currently got to have 2 days rest after this game, which shouldn't be an issue. They won't play Friday. Catches the corner there for strike 1 on Brendan Sosi, who has singled and struck out in this game. And again, if Pittsfield holds on, the plan is to play Sunday, strike 2. I think once the athletic departments of the schools look at the old forecasts, they may try and move that to Saturday. Strike 3 called. Winters has done a great job since he's come in. That's his third strikeout after 3 full. 9-1 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Top of the fourth inning, 9-1 Pittsfield with the lead. Again, we saw Cam Hillard work in the bullpen during that half inning. Simon Melly at 50 pitches coming here into the fourth. He wouldn't be available until Saturday at this point. As Ray Arcan takes strike 1. That's taken across the diamond. Good scoop by Cody at first. 1 away. If he goes over 60 pitches, he would need to rest on Saturday as well. So we'll see how they play it. Ball 1 high. And again, the pitch count numbers I give you are unofficial. Not in time, but a good effort by Hillard at third. But it'll be an infield single for Nick Garbarino. So again, the tentative plan, should Pittsfield hold on, is for the next game to be on Sunday. But again, with the forecast Saturday night into Sunday, they may look to have the game on Saturday instead. But again, a lot has to happen between now and then. Jack Oriel, the hitter, he flew to left field his first at-bat. Misses outside, ball 2. Two out. Strike 1. That ball ripped to center field, but Egan tracking. Throws to first. Garbarino might have gotten a little further off of first base and prompted Egan's throw. That's out number 2 to bring up Matthew Zappala, who struck out back in the first. Are they going to go to Hillard now? They are indeed. So at 58 pitches, they're going to take Simon Melly out of the game. So he would now be available for a potential game on Saturday in the round of 8. And Jason Cody's going to be the starter for the next game. So he threw a ton of pitches on Sunday, but that's not going to – his rest period will be long over by then. So Cam Hillard on the mound. We'll take a short time out while he warms up here on PCTV Sports. All right, we'll do the best we can from 400 feet away. It appears Cam Hillard is the pitcher. .21 ERA. Hasn't pitched a ton this year. And is greeted by Matthew Zappala, who rips it up the middle for a base hit. So 2 runners on, 2 out. Here on the bottom of the 4th inning. Kevin Smith moves from the DH spot to right field. Maury Freed moves from right field to first base. Jason Cody moves from first base to third base. And we think that's it. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Bring up Bennett Bollier, who singled back in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. So that tells us that potentially the round of 8 game is going to be on Saturday. Curveball high. And Simon Melly would be available. I would imagine he'd work in an emergency situation where Cody has a ton of trouble. Good pitch there, strike 2. That ball's popped up and out of play. More action in the Pittsfield bullpen. Jack Belafontaine warming up. Hillard looks back at second, now delivers. Strike 3 with a high fastball. Through 3.5, it is 9-1 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Bottom half of the 4th here at Clapp Park, Pittsfield. First 9 runners of the 9 hitters of the ball game reached and scored. But Nolan Winters has come into the game and kept the bat silent since. Beat Kevin Smith, the first hitter, who had a 2-run double and was hit by a pitch. He'll take ball 1 low. Two and 0. Fouled that one back. Yeah, so this is where it gets interesting. You got a big lead. You just want to hold on to it. Now you're going to try and keep as many pitchers available as possible for the potential round of 8 game. There's a strike. In the dirt, ball 4. So to bring up Cam Hillard, the new pitcher for Pittsfield. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and scored, walked, and was taken out on a fielder's choice. Ball hit down right field. Zapala on the run makes the play for out number 1. Ryan Standard now, the number 9 hitter. He's walked and scored and grounded into a fielder's choice, reached on that fielder's choice. That ball hit to right. Zapala has to run a little further this time, but makes the play for out number 2. Top of the order now for the Generals. Matt Egan reached on an error, had a sacrifice fly, and popped to Zappala in right, who then threw out the runner trying to score. He'll take strike one. It's Kevin Smith on third in the second inning when Egan flew to right. Tried to score, but was gunned down at home by Zappala. One. Here's strike two. That ball hit to left. Nothing Cook could do about that. That's going to be in for a single. So runners on first and second. Jason Cody coming to the plate. He was hit by a pitch and scored, struck out twice since. Fouls that one off. I can't say enough nice things about Nolan Winters, who really came into a terrible spot in the bottom of the first. But he's been terrific. He's held Pittsfield scoreless. Fouls that one off. Misses inside. Yeah, Winters came in down 9-0. Bases loaded. Got out of the jam. It's put up 0 since. Though if he loses Jay Cody on a walk here, he's going to be in a real tough spot. And now, does it get more difficult than this? 2 out, bases loaded. And the Brown commit, Maury Freed, coming to the plate. He can put up 4 runs in a hurry for Pittsfield. Takes ball 1 outside. Freed's had a 2-run double. He was intentionally walked, and he's popped to short. Take ball 2. Jackson Almeida, who's got 2 RBIs in the ball game, is on deck. Almeida has yet to be retired in this ball game. The ball's hit to center. On the run, coming back at us. I don't think it's going to have the distance, though, as Johnson settles under it to retire the side. Well, Nolan Winters got himself in a very dangerous position with one of the best hitters in the state. But he's able to get him to pop out to Johnson, and we're through 4. It's 9-1 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Top of the fifth here at Clapp Park. Cam Hillard still on the mound for the Generals. Thomas Gagnon, first hitter here in the top of the fifth. He'll take ball one. Gagnon reached on a fielder's choice, advanced on an error, and scored. Takes a strike. I was about to say just missed low, but then the umpire's arm went up. Curveball, foul. Home plate umpire sort of with that delayed calls giving me that feeling where you're out and you have the same game on two different TVs, but they're about a second off from each other. Curveball. Missed. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Hillard. Again, if you're just joining us, Pittsfield first 9 hitters in the first inning got on base and all of them scored. Pittsfield hasn't scored since. Ground ball to first, or in the hole, that's going to get through for a base hit. For Shea Cook, who is yet to be retired in this ball game. Pair of walks and a single. Parker Johnson, the center fielder, he has the sole RBI in this game for the Clippers. Had a sacrifice fly back in the third. That ball well hit to center. Egan takes a couple of steps back, but otherwise in perfect position for out number 2. That'll bring up Tim DeGraves, the shortstop. He's thrilled to see Simon Melly out of this ball game. Melly struck him out twice. This is high for ball 1. Runner going, it's fouled back. Looks back at the runner. Pitch outside. That would have been a good pitch to run on. Runner going this time. That's in the dirt and in standing. Can't catch the corner there, and it is ball 4. Ray Arcan now. He's flown to Sosi in left and grounded to Stannard at second. 2 on, 2 out. Lazy ground ball. He's going to have to hurry across the diamond. Great play by Wild Goose to retire the side. Not well hit, got stuck in the grass a little bit. Wild Goose charged and in one motion just got it across the diamond for out number 3. 4.5 in the books. 9-1 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Bottom of the 5th. For Pittsfield, it'll be Almeida, Wild Goose, and Sosi. As Nolan Winters continues to pitch. Came in with 2 outs in the first inning and has been great since. Zapala, who has been quite busy in right field, makes the play for out number 1. David Wild Goose has scored a run in this game in spite of not having an official at bat. He's walked 3 times. That's up high. He's only seen 1 strike in this ball game. Walked on 5 pitches in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the fourth. He'll take a strike this time. Good curveball for strike 2. Ground ball, that is going to get through for a base hit. 1 out single for David Wild Goose. Now 1 for 1 in the game. That'll bring up Brendan Sosi. Who has had just about enough of Nolan Winters. Winters just struck him out twice. He had a single in the first inning. Runner going. He is going to be out. Good job by Garbarino. So now there's 2 away for Sosi. That's outside. That ball hit to right. Zapala makes another play to retire the side. After 5 full, 9-1 Pittsfield here on PCTV Sports. Jack Belafontaine will be the new pitcher for the Generals here in the top half of the 6th inning. Pittsfield with a 9-0 lead. First 9 base runners get on base and score. It's been crickets since for the Pittsfield offense. Nick Garbarino, the hitter, takes ball 1. He's grounded to short and singled. Take a strike there. Curveball in the dirt. Coach Pierce recognizing the 9-run lead and trying to keep as many of his pitchers fresh and ready for a potential round of 8 game. It has worked out so far. Swings through that one, and the count is full. So the only change was Hillard coming off the mound, Belafontaine coming on. That's fouled off out of play. I don't know if Hillard slides into that DH spot. They didn't have a DH spot while he was pitching. It's when you get into the nuances of the MIAA rules that you probably don't know very well. That ball's well hit to center. On the run, Egan isn't going to get to it. Picks it up off of a bounce. Throws into the cutoff, and it'll be a leadoff double for Nick Garbarino. Egan did close out that game on Sunday. He would be available to come in as well if things start going south. There is action in the bullpen for Pittsfield. We'll try and get an identification on that in a second. Jack Oriel to the plate. He'll take strike one on the outside corner. In the dirt. I believe that's Cooper Reed warming up. In the dirt. So the only pitcher who wouldn't be available for Pittsfield, obviously Melly, obviously Hillard, who's out, and Jay Cody wouldn't be available as well because of his pitch count on Sunday. That ball's fouled off. Count is full after the curveball misses. You're just trying to get 6 outs here without taking too much damage. Ball 4. So the first 2 runners reach here in the top of the 6th. Matthew Zappala, the hitter, he struck out and he has singled. It's outside for a ball. That ball ripped down the left field line. That's going to drop in for a hit. Throw gets away, and a run's going to come home. Garbarino scores on the single by Zappala, who's had a very nice game. And it is 9-2. So the first 3 base runners reach. 1 run is in for Newburyport here in the top of the 7th, and we're going to have a discussion about this on the mound. Bennett Boley are going to be hitting next. He's singled and struck out. And Coach Pierce has seen enough. So Belafontaine's going to come out. And again, you're just trying to get 6 outs and get out of here. We have a pitching change here at Clapp Park in Pittsfield. 9-2 Pittsfield with the lead. We'll be back here on PCTV Sports. They've called upon Jason Fields to come in and try and get out of this mess. Runners on first and second. Nobody out here on the top of the sixth inning. One run is in for Newburyport. And it is Bennett Bollier, the hitter. And he'll take a what appeared to be a 9-2 strike. Curveball there for strike two. The 0-2. That is going to be a base hit. Oriole's going to come around. Oh, he's going to be held up at third, so the bases will be loaded. 4 straight hits, or 4 straight base runners advanced, 3 of them on hits. Things are starting to get a little interesting here at Clapp Park. Thomas Gagnon reached on a fielder's choice and scored and is struck out. He'll take ball 1 down. They just need 6 outs to get out of here. They've gotten 0 of them so far. Gap shot here for Gagnon. And the collar starts getting a little tighter. Take a strike. Strike 2. Fields delivers. Just barely stays alive. He was fooled by that curveball, but he was able to just hold off just enough to be able to slap it and stay alive. The 2-2. Hit him. All right, he didn't make much of an effort to get out of the way of that, but now the bases are loaded. It's 9-3. Oh, boy. Now you're to the top of the order. Shea Cook, the hitter. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner at first. Cook pair walks in a single. He's yet to be retired. Now it's Newburyport. Hitters are rushing to the bat rack to get an opportunity to hit here in the top of the 6th. Ground ball. They're not going to get him at first. A run's going to score. They'll get an out at second. So Gagnon gets cut down at second. Zapala scores. Cook on first. Or the pinch runner for Gagnon, I should say. So it is 9-4. Runners on first and third. Parker Johnson Flown to center, has a sacrifice fly for an RBI, and is grounded out to short. And he'll take ball one. Ball two. We were talking off air in the first inning, or ball one. Yep, ball two. I'm sorry. We were talking in the first inning about when these coaches might agree to mercy this game. It's a much different atmosphere here in the top of the sixth. That's outside for ball three. Strike one. Johnson was taking all the way. Runner going. They throw down. It was strike two. So now two runners in scoring position, 9-4 ball game, one out here in the top of the sixth. Fields trying not to lose Parker Johnson. Johnson stays alive. Might have been ball four, too close to take, able to pop it behind the backstop. Fields delivers. Well hit to left. On the run. Over his head in right field. 2 runs will score. Parker around first to second. Play at the plate, not going to get through. Now Johnson's going to get to third base. A 2-run double for Parker Johnson just over the head of Brendan Sosi. Newburyport has put 5 on the board here in the top of the sixth. Still only 1 out. And we're going to see some pitching changes. Or a pitching change, and I think we're going to see some other defensive changes. I'm thinking we're going to go to, it looks like we're going to Egan here to end the threat. Sosi's going to come to center. All right, we got a whole mess of changes coming. We'll take a break. But Newburyport, after allowing 9 runs to the first 9 batters to score in the top of the first, it is now 9-6. We'll be back here on PCTV Sports. shockingly, the tying run for Newburyport is now in the on-deck circle. It's going to be Cooper Reed pitching. Egan was pulled off the field to go into the bullpen and warm up for a bit. Tim DeGraves, who struck out twice and walked. Now, according to the stats that I have, Cooper Reed has not pitched this year for Pittsfield. So they're putting him in a really big spot here. Immediately throws ball one. Pitch, curveball, fouled away. Reed ahead 1-2. Ground ball, that is going to get through for a base hit. Johnson scores. And it is a 9-7 game, and the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Ray Arcand. Pierce going to come back to the mound. I think it might be Egan time. Or they're having a discussion what to do with the runner on first if he decides to take off. No, it is going to be Matt Egan time. Drew Pierce is done messing around. 9-7. Newburyport with 6 on the board here in the top of the 6th. We'll be back here on PCTV Sports. Matt Egan, who closed out Sunday's game, on the mound now. Ray Arcand represents the tying run at home plate. Tim DeGraves on first base. This has been a wild one here at Clapp Park. Pittsfield's first 9 hitters they send to the plate all reach base. They all score. Pittsfield has not scored since. 1 in the 3rd for Newburyport. They've put up 6 here in the 6th. Fouls that one off. Arcand 0 for 3 in the ball game. Flown to left, grounded to second, and has grounded to short. Egan was a bit shaky in his own right on Sunday. Good curveball there. High fly ball to center. Sosi makes the play. No advance, 2 outs. Nick Garbano, who started off the 6th inning with a double and scored. In a big spot here, trying to keep this inning going. Egan from the stretch, in the dirt. Back to first, not in time. That's the closest Almeida's come today. Count is 1-1. Egan looks in for the sign. The pitch. Curveball. Just missed. Again, you got to wait that second before the umpire either makes the strike motion or no motion at all. The 2-1. That's away for ball 3. And Egan is in danger of putting the tying run on first. The pitch. Curveballs. Strike 2. Count is full. 2 outs, top of the 6th. Newburyport has scored 6 runners in the inning. Fouled off, staying alive. Egan looking the runner back. Delivers. Outside, ball 4. The tying run is on first base. Jack Oriole. Flown to left, flown to center, walked and scored. Up high. This would be a stunner if Newburyport is able to pull this out. Catches the corner for strike 1. You just got to get out of this inning at this point. Reset, try and get an insurance run. Play is on at second, hits the runner. Doesn't go too far. Every throw means so much now. The pitch. Misses. Home plate umpire not giving out those 9-1 strikes anymore. Curveball. There's strike 2. In the dirt, ball 3. Runners will be in motion. So anything might score 2 to the outfield. That's popped up. And that is going to get into the hill. Oriole stays alive. Grounders are short. Wild Goose makes the play to retire the side. But Newburyport has made it interesting. They score 6 in the 6th. It's 9-7 here on PCTV Sports. Well, if you tuned into this game around 5 o'clock, a little after 5, hell, you may have turned it off. You certainly weren't expecting the heart to pump a little bit. Nolan Winters in for another inning of work. He has been terrific. That ball popped up. Is it going to stay in play? It did. But Gagnon couldn't make the play. Kevin Smith, the hitter. He's doubled. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's walked. Simon Melly allowed 1 run through 3 2/3. They pulled him out with 58 pitches. He would be available to pitch in a round of 8 game, which didn't seem like it was questionable a little while ago. But over the past half hour, developments have put that in question. Nolan Winters has shut down the Generals. Again, first 9 batters of the ball game for Pittsfield. All reached base and all scored. They have not scored since. Newburyport has put up 7 unanswered, including 6th in the top half of the 6th inning. Ball 3. They had the tying run on first base before Egan was able to get Oriole to ground out to shortstop to end the threat. That's inside, ball 4. The bullpen has been exceptional, and I think that's going to be it for Winters, perhaps. I stopped tracking the pitch count because it was 9-1, and I didn't think it was going to matter. But now Newburyport's got to start thinking about pitch counts. So Nolan Winters is going to come out of the game. One word for his performance: spectacular. He came in a terrible spot, got them out of the first inning, and has gotten himself into a few jams, but has gotten himself out of it, including having to face Maury Freed with the bases loaded, got him in the fly to center, very close to a potential grand slam. But it didn't have enough juice, and Johnson was able to make the play. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up here on PCTV Sports. Tim DeGraves going to pitch here in the bottom of the 6th, trying to put up another 0 to give his team a shot. Kevin Smith on first base with a massive insurance run. And we just saw Maury Freed warming up in the bullpen. Maury has not pitched this year. I remember reading in an article preseason in the Berkshire Eagle that Maury said, I might do some pitching this year. Well, let's look. He may not have a choice. Shown the bunt. And they'll get the play at first as Smith advances to second. So they try and get that insurance run across. Bring up Ryan Stannard, who's walked, reached on a fielder's choice, and flown to right. One of the 412 plays that Zapala has had to make in right field this afternoon. Graves looks back, now fires. Curveball inside. Right down Broadway for strike one. The 1-1. Up high, they're going to try and throw behind the runner. It gets into center field, but Johnson able to come in and back it up to prevent Smith from advancing. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Two-two. Now there's time. Pittsfield desperately trying to get this insurance run home from second. The 2-2. Popped up out of play. Strike three called at the bottom of the zone. Looking at the game in Philadelphia, Christopher Sanchez through the first inning scoreless. He is now at 45 1/3 scoreless innings. Swing and a miss, strike one. To Matt Egan. Curveball, that's inside. That gets away, but not far enough away for Smith to advance. What Christopher Sanchez is doing in Philadelphia is not being talked about nearly enough. He could get into the top 5 all time tonight. That's inside. Ball lays to center. Johnson has it lined up. Makes the play to retire the side. Top of the 7th inning. We didn't expect it to be interesting, but here we are. Newburyport only trails by 2. It's 9-7 Generals here on PCTV Sports. Matt Egan going to try and close this one out. This was a 9-0 game. Pittsfield had 9 on the board before Newburyport recorded an out. Now they're trying to hold on. Matt Sapala, Bennett Bollier, Thomas Gagnon. Those are the bottom three. That ball hit to right field. Smith on the run makes the play for out number 1. Drew Pierce pulled Simon Melly after 58 pitches, so we'd only have to have 2 days rest. Hillard came in and pitched well, and it all fell apart. Bollier, 2 singles and a strikeout. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Pittsfield 1 out away. Catches the corner for strike 1. Thomas Gagnon reached on a fielder's choice, reached after getting hit by a pitch, and struck out. The 1-1. Strike 2. And Pittsfield 1 strike away from advancing to the round of 8. Misses. The 2-2. Slapped foul. Almost took out one of those kids on whatever those bikes are. We'll do it again, the 2-2. Just holds off on the swing, and the count is full. Shea Cook in the top of the order will come up if Gagnon can keep the inning going. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Matt Egan shuts the door in a game where the door shouldn't even have been opened. But Newburyport kicked the door wide open in the top half of the 6th inning with 6 runs to make this more interesting than this game ever had the right to be. But Matt Egan comes in, retires 4 straight, and the Generals will move on to the round of 8, which we expect to be Saturday or Sunday. We'll keep you updated on social media. We'll keep you updated if we're available to cover the game. And, yeah, so I'm going to have to go get some oxygen after that one. For Jeff Facilio, high atop the platform here at Clap Park, I'm Bob Heck. Thanks for tuning in. Congrats again to the Generals. 9-7 winners. They'll advance in the Division III state tournament. Have a great night, everybody.